Live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you the news bulletin. First, the headlines. The Oman Institute of Oil and Gas, specialized in training and developing professionals in the energy sector, is opened. His Excellency the President of Iran praises the ever-growing Omani-Iranian relations and their role in enhancing security and stability in the region. Public Authority for Mining prepares a strategy for monitoring and inspection of the mining sector. And discussion sessions on a free trade agreement between the Sultanate and the United States stresses on the start of customs exemption of all American commodities imported to the Sultanate. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a cable of thanks from His Majesty Mohammed VI, King of Morocco, in reply to a cable of greetings sent by His Majesty the Sultan on the success of the surgery he underwent. His Majesty the Sultan sends a cable of greetings to His Excellency Xi Jinping, President of China, on re-electing him for a new presidential term. His Majesty sends a cable of greetings to Her Excellency Bidya Devi Bhandari, President of Nepal, on re-electing her to another presidential term. Oman Institute for Oil and Gas was inaugurated today in the Wilaya of Sib in the Governorate of Muscat under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, His Majesty the Sultan's advisor and the chairperson of the Research Council. The institute is considered the first of its kind, specialized in training and developing professionals in the energy sector in the Sultanate. It is a joint project between Oman Oil Company and Schlumberger Oman Company. The institute is designed to be a pioneer, distinguished and specialized in training and qualifying engineers and geologists to provide them with skills of developing sustainable oil and gas resources of the Sultanate. It includes the best reality simulation technology and virtual reality platform to provide a training environment similar to reality. It is built on a total area of 4,800 square meters and includes a number of facilities such as technical training center, lecture halls, workshops and simulations halls, classrooms, laboratories and serving buildings. With the framework of government efforts to enhance economic diversification, workshop of energy and mining labs were launched in Oman Institute for Oil and Gas at the Sultan Qaboos University. A number of government and private bodies, including academic specialists and representatives of civil community, took part in the workshop. The labs aim to benefit from potentials of energy and mining sectors and face the challenges facing these two sectors, as well as come up with initiatives and projects that enhance their role in national economy. The participants discussed proposals to achieve strategic approaches that will be followed by the parties concerned through performance indexes and specified agenda. His Excellency Dr. Hassan Rouhani, President of Iran, stressed that the relations between the Sultanate and Iran are strong and directed towards more development. While receiving His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, His Excellency the Iranian President stressed the importance of developing commercial and economic cooperation in addition to encourage investments and projects between both countries, with existing of a number of possibilities and energies at investment level. His Excellency the President of Iran noted the necessity of benefiting of experiences available for both countries in enhancing peace and stability in the region, in addition to his country's support for the Sultanate's efforts in solving the Yemeni crisis. From his side, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, praised the strong and developed relations between the Sultanate and Iran, stressing to encourage businessmen in both countries to enhance cooperation and exchange of investments. His Excellency valued the importance by Iran for peace and stability in the region, pointing out the necessity of exerting more efforts to stop the bloodshed in Yemen. His Excellency Ali Larijani, Chairman of Islamic Shura Council of Iran, stressed the Sultanate role under the leadership of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in instilling security and stability in the region. This came while he's meeting His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, in Tehran. During the meeting, both sides discussed means of enhancing bilateral relations between the Sultanate and Iran. Discussing a number of issues of common concern topped the meeting of His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, with His Excellency Ali Shamkhani, Secretary General of Iranian National Security in Tehran. Both sides stressed the necessity of enhancing relations between Muscat and Tehran in various politics, economy and cultural fields. Shura Council hosts on its 13th and 14th regular sessions of the third annual round 2017-2018 of the 8th term. His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Saeed Al-Kalbani, Minister of Social Development, discussed the ministry's statements today and tomorrow. His Excellency the Minister of Social Development stressed that around 79,500 cases is the number of social insurance cases until the end of 2017 in the Sultanate. The Shura Council members also highlighted the importance of increasing salaries of social insurances members and give priorities of employing members of this category, in addition to discuss the strategy of social work, domestic associations, elderly people and disabled, beside the importance of elimination of begging phenomena. His Excellency Sheikh Ali bin Nasser Al-Mahrouqi, Secretary General of the Council, said that the statement includes 8 main themes covering social security, relief and emergency assistance programs, a forum for elderly and persons with disabilities, family development programs, NGOs and social work, as well as development plans implemented by the Ministry and the Social Action Strategy 2016-2025. In a statement to Oman Radio and Television, His Excellency Engineer Hilal bin Mohammed Al Busaidi, Chief Executive Officer of Public Authority for Mining, said that they started working on preparing a strategy for monitoring and inspection in the mining sector. He added that in the upcoming period, they will intensify the monitoring process on mining activities of companies, as their concern is towards the environment and the citizen. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, OCCI, in cooperation with the Minister of Commerce and Industry and the U.S. Embassy, hold discussion sessions at OCCI headquarters today on the latest developments and opportunities in the free trade agreement between the Sultanate and the United States of America. The session stressed on the start of customs exemptions of all the commodities important to the Sultanate. The session aims at raising awareness about this important agreement, means of benefiting from this agreement, in addition to how to use it to increase the Omani exports to the United States. It provides an overview on the U.S. markets, how to export to these markets, a review of developments and opportunities, and how to benefit from the advantages of import to the U.S. markets, as well as related legislations and opportunities of partnership between Omani and American sides. Still to come in our news bulletin, the Extreme Sailing Series concludes its activities in Muscat.
تغطية خاصة مباشرة. مطار مسقط الدولي. بدء التشغيل التجاري الثلاثاء 20 مارس 2018 الساعة 4 عصرا على القناة العامة وقناة عمان مباشر.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Hundreds of people gathered today in the South Lebanese city of Sidon to mark the passing of 100 days on Friday since U.S. President Donald Trump's controversial decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The Palestinians seek East Jerusalem as their future capital and view Trump's decision as siding with Israel on one of the thorniest issues at the heart of the conflict. Palestinian officials say the move disqualifies Washington from its traditional role as Middle East peace broker. Palestinians have held regular protests since Trump's December 6th declaration, often clashing with Israeli forces. Greece's Coast Guard said 16 migrants have died after a boat sank off a Greek island in the eastern Aegean Sea, including 6 children. This raises the figure from the 14 announced previously. 3 people, 2 women and a man, managed to reach the coast and alert authorities. The United Nations Refugee Agency said on Saturday that this is the first shipwreck in the Aegean in 2018, but adds that some 500 refugees and migrants have lost their lives or gone missing in the Aegean over the past 2 years. Bushfires across around 400 square kilometers in the Australian state of Victoria have destroyed about a dozen homes, killed hundreds of cattle and forced residents to evacuate. Emergency officials said many of the fires were started by lightning. At one point, up to 40 towns were under threat as strong winds hampered containment efforts. Around 800 people were also evacuated. Although there are still no reports of deaths or major injuries. Fires are continuing to burn across farmland in the state southwestern region. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now for some more local news. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith bin Nasser al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, visited the headquarters of Royal Oman Police Command to get acquainted with the process and the mechanism of works and coordination between the Royal Oman Police and the remaining cells of military, security and civilian entities at the Joint Efforts 10 exercise. He also got acquainted with the mechanisms of joint link with National Committee of Civil Defense, which was tasked with the number of training duties to keep up with the requirements of the exercise plan. He also listened to a briefing on roles, tasks and duties conducted by the force of Royal Oman Police within the exercise plan. The team of planning and coordination of Joint Effort 10 exercise contributed in the successful preparations of this exercise so as to serve the joint national work system with the participation of a number of security and military bodies. The success of these exercises stresses on the preparedness of all participants for the national exercises Ash-Shamoukh 2 and Swift Sword 3. The preparation operation included a number of meetings, courses, seminars and workshops on the concept of joint work. The National Committee for Safety discussed during its meeting the traffic situation in the Sultanate and the annual traffic statistical indices. The statistics showed a great reduction in the number of traffic accident injuries and fatalities during the last period. The committee also reviewed the efforts exerted by concerned entities to keep the continuation of enhancing the traffic safety in the Sultanate. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Lieutenant General Hassan bin Mohsen al-Shiraiqi, Inspector General of Police and Customs and the chairman of the committee. The Sultanate, represented by the public establishments for industrial estates, takes part in the activities of the first edition of the International Kuwait Exhibition for Agricultural Food. The participation comes within the task of national campaign to promote Omani products in addition to attract foreign investments to the industrial estates of the Sultanate. The establishment is looking forward to get acquainted with facilities and advantages enjoyed by the investors and introduce the industrial investment, as well as providing continuous support through regional and international competitiveness strategies and services of the value-added and facilitated governmental procedures. Oman Film Society organized the 10th version of Muscat Film Festival 2018 from the 26th to 31st March under the theme of cinema gatherers. In a press conference, the organizing committee of the festival announced participation of arts elites from inside and outside the Sultanate, believing its importance as human message, reaching various people with the one language, and gathered all its arts on its screen and included innovation, creation and technology. The festival on its 10th round came with a number of movies from various countries in the world and with its various types, fiction and documentary, where the events of this round will be distributed in 6 sites in the government or in the governorate of Muscat, and will include 3 competitive fields, namely voices from the world, lighting and stories from Oman. Team Oman Air secures a podium place as Extreme Sailing Series concludes in Muscat, and to recognize the leading team's achievement at the ceremony, which was held under the auspices of His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Mawali, Chairman of the Shura Council. More details in the following report. A special ceremony was held yesterday to honor the leading winners of the Extreme Sailing Series race in Muscat. In the final Muscat standings, Alinghi had 277 points ahead of SAP with 271, and Oman Air on 253. Land Rover Bar Academy finished 4th with 244. The hometown team secured their place on the 3rd step of the podium with a 2nd place finish in the penultimate race, and then a 3rd in the concluding double points final. Yes, the wind was down compared to the previous day. There was closer quartered foiling action, plenty to entertain the many spectators watching from the shore at Al Moj, Muscat. We are all looking forward to Garda, where there will be more boats and maybe a lot more wind.
Yeah, it was a great event. We had a fantastic wind for the last 2 days. We're pretty happy with our race. It went well. We managed to stay ahead until the end, and we fought very hard on the last race to win the title.
Oh, it's fantastic. We had a really cool week. We always love coming and racing at our home in Oman, and it's been beautiful conditions as always and great water. So yeah, it's been a really cool week.
His Excellency the President of Majlis Shura, chief guest, congratulated the winners of the Extreme Sailing Series and said he was happy to have this race hosted in the Sultanate with a high percentage of spectators. His Excellency commended the organizers for their work and the tourism sector in Oman, which is witnessing continuous development, and said these events becomes a platform for encouraging tourism.
We are Noble Oman volunteers from Oman Tourism College. We volunteered here in the Extreme Sailing Series. We helped out in welcoming guests and helping them in reaching the race village, and we were so happy to be part of this event.
On the sideline of the Extreme Sailing race, the weekend souk that aimed at promoting homegrown business in the Sultanate have witnessed excellent turnout. Entrepreneurs and local entertainers presented their work along with the artists and designers of many different areas, including henna design for young and adult.
I like the market, it's very good. The games is very nice.
The visitors, who have been seen scattered around the souk and the Extreme Sailing Race village, have expressed their joy on the setup of both events. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of South Sharqiya and Al Wusta. Winds will be south to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Oman Institute of Oil and Gas, specialized in training and developing professionals in the energy sector, is opened. His Excellency the President of Iran praises the ever-growing Omani-Iranian relations and their role in enhancing security and stability in the region. The Public Authority for Mining prepares a strategy for monitoring and inspections of the mining sector. And discussion sessions on free trade agreement between the Sultanate and the United States stresses on the start of customs exemptions of all American commodities imported to the Sultanate. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin, brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team led by Salim Al-Ma'wali and Mohammed Al-Yahmadi from the English section, we all thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.